3 years after its planning began, popular scam baiting YouTuber Scammer Payback finally built an anti-scam call center. He built the anti-scam call center to protect and inform victims of scam calls that are originating from call centers in India. The anti-scammer call center was built in Columbus, Ohio. Every system in the facility is a virtual trap equipped with unique tools to entice the scammers. Additionally, they have the ability to listen in on and intercept live scams as they happen. They primarily target scam call centers in India, more specifically Kolkata and New Delhi. Bogus call centers with Indian headquarters are increasingly being used to deceive people all over the world. An increase in legally outsourced call centers in the early 2000s led to the emergence of a market for fraud. In a fraudulent scam known as a tech support scam, the scammer pretends to be a representative from tech companies like Microsoft or Apple in order to trick the victim into giving them access to their money or private data. These scams frequently include the scammer calling the victim and telling them that their computer is broken and that they can help fix the issue. Then they can request access to the victim's computer or demand payment in exchange for their alleged services. Scammer Payback decided he needed to do something about this. More popularly known by his alias Pierogi, which comes from the food pierogi, Scammer Payback started his YouTube channel in May of 2019. The first video he uploaded to his channel was titled, "Scammer Sizkeys Me, but I know his password, LOL." Within a year and a half, his subscribers grew to nearly 200,000. Now he has more than 4 million subscribers and more than 400 million views. By day, he is a cybersecurity specialist. Once the clock hits 5 o'clock, he becomes a hero terrorizing scammers. It's incredibly difficult to learn anything about Pierogi's life, education, or find any confirmed information about him, and this is likely on purpose. His real name is unknown, and it really is the best move to protect himself and his family. What he is doing is dangerous and there's risks. What Pierogi does is scam baiting, using his cybersecurity background to combat a number of scams including Microsoft, Social Security, and Amazon, as well as a range of others. Scam baiting's most basic form aims to waste a scammer's time as much as possible. Scam baiters at the very least try to make scammers respond to endless questions or carry out odd, pointless tasks. They claim that by keeping a scammer busy, they can stop the scammer from committing fraud against a real victim. Aside from wasting the scammer's time, Pierogi also deletes files on the scammer's computer and tricks them into transferring money out of their account. Scammer Payback's most popular video is titled "Scammer Begs for His Deleted Files as I Drink His Tears." In this video, Pierogi manages to gain access to the scammer's computer and deletes a lot of his files. This video currently has received over 19 million views. Although scam baiting is typically safe, it requires a lot of work. Users must use fake accounts and information for everything, including a fake phone number, fake address, and fake ID. There's a lot of communities dedicated to this, and there are a lot of YouTubers whose content revolves around this also. And what was Pierogi's inspiration for creating his channel? His grandmother. In a podcast, he said that his grandmother fell victim to the rampant grandma scam. The grandma scam is when scammers call grandparents and tell them that their grandchildren or other family members are in trouble and need money for whatever reason. As sad as it is, many elderly people easily believe this, and this is one of the main reasons why they are the target of scammers. Pierogi decided to do something about it and started his YouTube channel in 2019. Most of his content involves him calling scammers, mainly to waste their time and confront them. Pierogi enters the scammer's computer by utilizing a connection software to reverse the scammer's connection. He then accesses the scammer's computer to acquire information, remove their files, and save victims by going through the scammer's victim list. He has even convinced some scammers to find honest employment in several videos. When dealing with scammers, Pierogi uses different well-thought-out characters. He adopts the character's voice with his voice changer. The characters he adopts include Vivian Rogers, Wilson Carter, Betty Reed, Mary Swanson, and Bertha.
Because I'm Vivian Helen Veronica Rogers, and you do not mess with old people.
Scammers believe that Vivian Helen Veronica Rogers, an elderly woman from Florida, is someone they can take advantage of. She frequently calls con artists sweetheart and occasionally plays the fool to annoy the scammer as much as possible.
Hi, my name is Wilson Carter.
Wilson Carter is a doctor who promotes the Wilson Carter experience on his podcast. He is narcissistic and believes that being around him will make everyone happier.
Yes,
Ma'am? Miss Betty.
Betty Grace Reed is an elderly woman with poor technological skills. For example, putting the $ after the amount of money instead of before. She often refers to others as honey. She is a devout Christian who finds it offensive when scammers mention Jesus because you don't say the Lord's name in vain.
Yes, it's Mary Swanson.
The elderly woman named Mary Swanson lives alone. She has a strong southern accent when she speaks. She often becomes repulsed, such as when scammers burp on the phone. Despite being a woman, she insists on being addressed as Sir.
Yes, my name is Bertha.
Like Vivian and Betty, Bertha Carter is an elderly woman who was believed by a con artist to be a simpleton who is susceptible to being duped. He also employs sound effects such as the background noises of traffic, shopping, and banking to make it more realistic. He even has a horn that can be heard when he pretends to be in traffic. He has photos of money already prepared to give to the scammers to make them believe that money has been taken out of his bank account, and the scammers believe it is a real online bank account. In a video from April, he managed to take back $15,000 from a scammer who trash talked him on a phone call with another scam baiter. The money was actually sent by a victim to the scammer. Its cash, and Pierogi managed to stop it from arriving at the scammer's office. By calling the bogus office and getting the information needed, he was able to send it to the authorities and wait for them to take action. Fortunately, an email confirmed that the money was taken care of by feds and was returned back to the victim. Pierogi also works with other YouTubers. Last year he worked with Mark Rober. Mark is a former NASA and Apple engineer. His YouTube channel is full of videos on popular science and do-it-yourself gadgets, but Mark is famous for his glitter bomb videos. Mark's glitter bombs are well-designed packages containing cameras and tracking devices, a fart spray that smells terrible, annoying alarms, glue, and of course, glitter. Mark first made this because someone was continuously stealing packages from his front door, and he hated those dishonest punks, as he said in a 2018 video detailing the creation of his first bait package. And in a refund scam video Pierogi made with Mark, a glitter bomb was sent from California to a scammer in Texas. You can see here that it went down really well, with the police coming down to see the guy. Now, if you're one of those people thinking only really naive people can fall for scams, think again, because it can happen to anyone. A YouTuber also combating scammers under the alias Jim Browning became a victim of a scam. Jim was someone with whom Pierogi also worked with in the anti-scam call center and glitter bomb video. In mid-2021, Jim believed he was talking to YouTube creator support, and he was convinced by the scammers to delete his YouTube channel, which already had 3.2 million subscribers. In a Twitter post he said,
"So to prove that anyone can be scammed, I was convinced to delete my YouTube channel because I was convinced I was talking to YouTube creator support. I never lost control of the channel, but the sneaky shit managed to get me to delete the channel. Hope to recover soon."
The scammers who preyed on Jim Browning also sent him a note warning that they could easily enter accounts and claiming they had already accessed more than 12 YouTube channels, 2 of which had 3 and 6 million subscribers respectively. According to Jim, the scammers don't actually know him and they were just after the money. He sent links for them to click on and figured out the scammers were based in Turkey. When they realized they weren't getting any money from Jim, the scammers disappeared. Thankfully, after 4 days, the channel was reinstated. Scammer Payback has done a lot of good. Through his heroic acts, he had one of the largest Indian-based scammer call center kingpins convicted of running and operating scam call centers. He exposed scam call center accomplices whose role is to be the middlemen in receiving the victim's money through mail fraud. He's also tracked a scammer boss's whereabouts, lavish lifestyle, pieces of evidence, and even managed to get bigger ties to a larger scam call center boss. Eventually, the scam call centers owned by the scammer boss were raided. However, there were rumors on the internet and many people believe that his setup is fake, because allegedly, unlike Jim Browning, Pierogi rarely shows the technical side of his work and solid evidence of things happening. Where do you stand on this? Thanks for watching. I'm James. I'd be incredibly grateful if you considered subscribing for future videos. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.